Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play No Man's Sky on a No Man's Sky Sunday. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 22, and a bit of time has passed since the last time I showed you this game. My character now has more space. That has been the number one thing that I've been doing, kind of in an offline mode, you could say, is trying to get this space expanded by using a bunch of these exosuit upgrade charts. I've basically just been adventuring, and you can acquire a lot of navigation data that you can turn in for the cartographers, and I've been doing it just for this. And the reason for that, the reason I've been doing this, other than the obvious trying to get these slots filled up, is because it's actually a pretty beneficial thing to do nowadays. The reason why I didn't used to go chase after these drop pods in prior versions of No Man's Sky, for instance, after the next update when I first started playing, is because to repair the drop pod and get something out of it, you had to expend a lot of resources to do it. It was like chromatic metal and some other stuff. And if I remember correctly, they were all random too. Now, maybe that's not the case. Maybe I have a faulty memory in that department. But the cool thing about it now is they are actually all static, which is really, really great. It's the same three things every time you want to repair one of these. And what those things are, specifically are, there's an antimatter housing, there's carbon nanotubes, and then there's a little bit of the processed sodium, the sodium nitrate. There's a little bit of that. So this makes it way easier to unlock these drop pods and use them to upgrade your suit versus the old way that I used to do it, which is to advance from one galaxy to another, stop at every single one of the like the spaceports up in the sky up there, and buy them. And that's still a very effective way to do it. And if you've got a lot of money and you're exploring different galaxies, fine. But this is really, really easy. And I've been on the same planet. You don't have to swap planets to do this. You get one of these drop pads, clear it off, and then just use one of the navigational datas and find a new one. And that's all I've been doing. And it has worked out really good for me because now I'm starting to get pretty full. It's also great because as you put more and more slots, for instance, up here into the tech part or down here into the cargo, they all get progressively more expensive. Well, then these drop pods are just the easiest way to do it. So I also did learn a few things about my starship that I didn't know, which is good, and we'll talk about that because there's a new feature that actually just came out like right before I started recording this series, just before it came out, like a month before I started recording this series. You now get specialty slots, booster slots, basically, in your starship. We can't see it because we're so far away, but you get booster slots that whatever piece of tech is in that slot gets boosted significantly in its ability to do whatever it's doing. So I sat and rearranged my fighter ship especially, and so it's more effective. So you can see it's antimatter housing, sodium nitrate, carbon nanotubes done, and then you can slam another one of these in here, and it's just, I've had a great time doing this. So chalk this up as another great change that they have made to the game to make our lives easier playing this. And I mean, there's the challenges and you got to go find these things, but it's not such a pain in the butt that you show up and you're like, oh goodness, I gotta find all these minerals that I don't have and process them and all that kind of stuff. It's much different now, which is really cool. So, and I have been making chromatic metal with the copper that I picked up along the way. I probably need some more sodium nitrate. I do. And I don't need that much, so I'll process like, I don't know, what was it? That much. Again, I'm going to add some more carbon to that. So this has been the thing, and one of the just number one things holding you back from being able to really get out there and adventure a whole bunch is the size of your toolkit, so to speak, the size of your pack. So I just decided to prioritize this, and I had a chance to sit down and play the game in a state where, in a situation where I couldn't record. You know, the wife's here and things are going on, and there's a lot of noise, and it's like, okay, I can't record, but I really just want to play No Man's Sky for a little bit, so I decided to do that. Ship is up there. We're just going to wander around to this side over here. And I also found a structure that I have never seen in the game before that has a giant robot outside it and a bunch of really hostile looking sentinels. And so I put a save beacon down and I colored it red. So the one thing I haven't done since the last time I played this, since last week's episode, is I have not advanced Artemis's questline at all. I've left that for the channel, but there it is over there. There's a red building. We'll go over there and visit that sometime, because I want to get my personal space here set up. Like, I need to get better shields right now. All I have is that uranium resonator. I want to get this unlocked so I can move this piece up. I also now have this S-Class toxic protection module. So I've got a radiation deflector, this. I need to get all these things moved around. This is in its spot, I think, because it's got a supercharged slot there. You could see, so it's right there. Supercharged slot. So I put my life support there and then tagged all these things down here, and they're all connected with the blue circle around them, you can see. So I'd like to get the rest of this kind of over here. So there's some moving around we got to do, but... And I haven't touched this and charted this, so... In fact, I haven't even opened this up. So we're going to open that up. There's also teleporters I want to go back to my base and do. I want to see how they work. There it is. So I've been charting all these sectors as I go. And I did find one more ship and took it up and sold it. Up on a lot of these platforms, there's just tons of carbon and all these little yellow plants. So, I mean, red plants. So I've been torching all of those. But here we go. We'll grab the next one. And some of them have been really close. Oh, there's a building right there. That's got dead aliens, I'm sure. I mean, not dead aliens, but it's got the scary aliens in it. It's aligned the right way. How far is that one? Not very far. I could walk to it, but we're going to fly to it. Because I think our... Oh, no, the launch thrusters are only at 38%. Oh, well, we're still going to fly to it. I stopped here because this was free parking. Going over here is going to let us see this. Where is it? Oh, yeah, right down there. Oh. Oh, there's free parking down there, too. I don't need to, though. You could see that that is... Is this aliens? It doesn't look like it necessarily. I don't see... What is that facility? I'm gonna land here. Because this doesn't look like it's the crazy aliens. It might be a factory. Oh yeah, it is, because you can see the heavy-duty Sentinel over there to the left. So it's a factory where sometimes you can get some groovy tech. So I just want to go get that drop pod, I think. Let's see, how full are we? We don't need the Mordite. We don't need the bug juice. That's up there. Yeah, do we want to do this and then try to get away? Where's the entrance? Or am I wrong? Is it? Well, it's heavy duty. Yeah, it's got a locked door. Right there. Reinforced door. Okay, we know how to do this. Okay, take a little bit more off that lip there. Alright. We just wait these guys out. Oh no. Detected. Yep, down in the bedrock. We're down with Fred Flintstone. And we'll just wait him out and then Sentinel Force deactivate. Very nice. Now the question is, can we guess these correctly? I have a tendency to guess really wrong, and I'm sure somebody knows the secret to opening all of these. And I've never bothered to look it up, so I've just always guessed. The other big thing that we're short on is nanites. I would like to have a lot more than 1177. So I'm going to need to buy a few things for my ships, but I rapidly flick through the alien warnings to discover what's brought the facility offline. Ashkar capacitor. All too late, I realize I'm doing the exact same thing again and again. I've done this before many times. Recharge flux crystals. Engage the temporal capacitor. It ends the time loop. The facility resumes operations. New project formula learn. Emerald. And okay, so now we know. Oh no. But the pirates showed up. You'd think that these sentinels would attack the pirates, but no. So let's get a good look at this. What is that? It's a C4 fighter. Is it just the one? Nope, it's two. Okay, so yeah, I want to get some of this on film because he's an A-35 shuttle. The way that these guys handle turn radius is a real problem. It's what makes the fighting suck. Especially because the computer doesn't play by the same rules that people do. I'm going to do a video on this. Specifically, I'm going to do a new series of videos, and it might already come out by the time this video comes out, but I'm not big on reviewing games. Underwater protection module. Oh, nice. I'm not big on reviewing games just because I feel like reviewing a game is so subjective, and really what's the point of a review? The point of a review is to tell you, most of the time at least, I feel like it's to tell people whether they should spend money on a game, or at least whether the reviewer thinks it's worth spending money on a game. But it's still, even then, it's so subjective. Like, I might think that a particular game is fantastic and is totally worth the full price, and other people are going to go, no, because they don't like the genre or whatever, you know. I'm not really interested in doing that. And I've done a couple of reviews on this site, but they're not your standard review. What I'm really interested in talking about is game design and the decisions that developers make and why those things either work or don't work. Like, I'm really interested in game analysis, and I want to do more of that on this channel instead of just saying something is good or bad. I want to analyze why it is and use a lot of graphics and pictures to show to make my case for why I think something is good or bad game design. And the ship combat in this game, the dogfighting, is a perfect example of not being good, and there are specific reasons why it's not good. And there are games that have done it correctly, in my opinion, but they are very, very few and far between. And by the way, they all happen to be LucasArts games. The Star Wars franchise has done an amazing job with X-Wing, TIE Fighter, and then I believe the most recent game, which is like Rogue Squadron or something like that. And I need to play it to help make my case. Because if it does what I think it does, then it'll even strengthen the case further as to what is good combat game design and what's bad combat game design when it comes to space games. Dogfighting, there are some just very, very important facets of dogfighting that need to happen in order for the dogfighting in any space game to be good, to feel good. And I want to have that discussion because I think it's important. And I also just, I don't think that it would be too difficult to fix the combat in this game. I just don't think it would be a big deal. I don't think it would be hard. Is what I guess what I'm saying. So let's go up here. We're gonna grab a couple more of these slots in the upper section. So again, it's the same thing every time, which makes it so nice because you can prep. I really like the fact that you can prep. Like what I have here by prep, meaning I've got things prepared. So I can go in here, can't build, missing components. Okay, what am I missing? You need 5 more ferrite dust. All right, we'll get some more. But I like the idea that I can prep. I also like the idea that I'm going to take this and move it here. This and move it here. This and move it here. Let's see, this. Okay, I'm going to move that there. This here. All right, and that gets... These things are all connected, which is cool. These things are all there. I don't know if they're getting a bonus though. I don't think they are. I think I have to have all 3 of these things over here on this side too before it all starts getting a bonus. So, and it's okay, get that. Yeah, get that off my screen, will you? Oh God. I want to get the hello cannot build missing components thing off my screen, but it's not doing it. Oh, and I'm about to have a problem here. Okay. Alright, and then what's this? The Viking effigy. Okay, so now we're gonna go in here and look. What is this? It says, get that off the middle of my screen. Yeah. Dismantle. A supreme upgrade for thermal protection. Which is all part of... Is it all part of the life support system? I don't think so. Hazard protection. Oh yeah, so I think it all needs to be on this bottom row, and it all needs to be attached to hazard protection. What if I do... Doesn't appear to do anything there either. Because you can see these 2 things are connected via yellow, and these are connected via blue. So I'm not sure on the rest of this. We'll just have to fill the rest of this out, and we'll figure it out. All right, where's our ship? It's over there. Oh yeah, and so I need to be grabbing ferrite type things so I can make some more. And we'll just tunnel our way back through. Someone's going to come around on these planets that I've been on, and they're going to see these tunnels and be like, what the heck? Is this guy a worm? No, just worm-like. Here we go. And a gentle landing. Hey, I don't have anything for you. Don't come at me for food. I got nothing. A surge of power. Fortunately, the surge of power won't last very long. Oh, I see it fades real fast. That's okay. We'll make it work. Yeah, I want to get my whole jetpack upgraded so I have some more power. Now I'm gonna jump up over that. Just cut right through it. There we go. Oh yeah, you ugly. Ferrite dust. Starting to get full though. I'm gonna have to go. Even with the expanded slots, I'm running out of room because we're grabbing so much stuff here. Oops, nope. Don't mind me. I'm nobody. So tired. Out of breath. Let's do this then. Next slot is where? What is this? Geknip. Fun. Got a ton of stuff. It is definitely going to be back to base time. How far away is that one? Because sometimes they're not far. See, 5 minutes is on ground is not far in the air, so we'll go get that one and then we'll go back to the base arena. Because what do we have here? The starship has plenty of room for junk, so let's load it up with the junk. Let's see, what is it? It's AD. Okay. Vortex cubes. This can go. That's a nice underwater protection module. Be hanging on to that. Toxic protection module. Those things can be disassembled, which is really cool. Ornate cleaning. Oh yeah, we should send some of that up to space. Thorax casing. Chromatic metal. We need to keep making some more of that. Oh, and then a battery. Yeah, do I have any extra ones in here? No. Alright. Do I have any more? I don't. Let's grab this copper. Okay, now we got slots. That's good. Let's do this. Not that. Oh, efficient thrusters. Pair with tritium. They're fixed now? What are they missing? Deuterium and cadmium. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. In that case, what I want to do is this personal refiner. Slap that copper back in there. Do the whole thing, baby. And then we'll go talk about the Artemis thing. How far away is that? Let's do that first, actually. It's not that far away. Then we'll go to our base. Or maybe we'll just go straight to the drop pod. As long as we got room, we can keep going. Because walking around, a lot of times the drop pods, the next one shows up really close by. Within walking distance oftentimes, so. One other thing to talk about is after the first really difficult combat encounter, like around episode 10 or 11, a bunch of people in the comments had mentioned, "Oh yeah, hold the S key, because the S key is your backwards acceleration. It slows you down, and of course, the slower you're going, the tighter of a turn you can make. But that's only really a partial solution to the combat problem, because the combat problem isn't so much what you're doing, it's what the enemies are doing. Yeah, you can slow yourself down, and then it's kind of like you're sitting in a stationary chair just spinning around shooting at things. And as that's sweet, that looks like my ship. And the problem is, of course, they're able to make hairpin turns, so they come straight at you and you spin around, not flying forward or backwards. You just spin around like your chair and shoot at them from behind, and they get out of reach of your blasters, make another hairpin corner and coming at you. When you've got 3 or 4 ships doing that and you're sitting in the center of that, like Rose Blossom, I mean, it's still not a good solution. It's better than nothing, but it's a broken situation because of the way enemy ships operate. That one is a C-24. At least mine's an A-class. That's nice. Let's go talk to... Oh, and we can sell a couple of things here. We'll talk to this guy. Let's do this, though. I want to sell a couple things. That skeleton piece right there. And I had something else I wanted to sell. Ornate cleaning weapon. Yeah, okay. Did pick up some ancient keys. Anything worth buying here? Unstable plasma. Oh, there's ammonia. I want that. I need it. Okay. What about you, Mr. Korvax? Do I have something for you? Okay. They hold out a scanner. It is unclear if Artemis's translator working. Ask for information about the star system. They stare at me with disappointment. Oh. They attempt to scan my scanner, but it's clear that my tool interferes with this. Allow the life form to scan you. They create a 3-dimensional cross-section of body, exosuit, skin, organs, all included, refining the model through occasional productions. Eventually, it's complete. This data is invaluable to Korvax Convergence. Thank you, traveler. I will, of course, assist you. The life form asks to decode a star chart and provide her out to Artemis's location. Location does not exist, traveler. Nothing is more tragic than a corrupted piece of code. Ask if they have made a mistake. They seem momentarily confused, as if the concept that they could have made a mistake has never been considered. They claim their systems are infallible, superior to the judgment of any organic life form. I apologize and leave. Well, that's sad, isn't it? Yep. Ooh, there's a different kind of fighter. That's more of the chunky, battle-scarred, old-school kind. I like mine better. It looks a little better. So we're going to go up to space to talk to Artemis, and then we can go to our base. That'll be easy. Let's do that. There you are. I found high ground, I think. Okay, Anakin. When you arrive, I'll fire my multi-tool into the air to mark my location. What's wrong? Why aren't you saying anything? I tell Artemis the locals could decipher their star chart. The alien even went so far as to claim those stars do not exist. That's impossible. I can't have traveled that far from charted space. You found my ship. Ask how Artemis got there. As I speak, the lines begin to crackle with interference. Artemis looks up at the stars in a panic. The stars, they've altered since I made the chart. Blinked out. How is this possible? What's happening to me? I need to get out of here. I need to. It's quiet at first, but it is there, unmistakable, growing steadily louder with each passing moment. A sound beneath their words. A sound as if glass could scream. Ask what's happening. They're coming for me. I can see them. Smell them. I discovered the glyphs for a portal, traveler. A gateway between worlds. I thought it would lead me to another of our kind, but now I don't even know if the voice was real. The pathway collapsed while I was still inside. I found this place in the darkness. I thought perhaps it was a planet. I was so wrong. I could see their faces. There are seeds of glass within there. Ask for the glyphs. They're gone, my data fragmented. Just wanted to discover worlds. I wanted to find other travelers. And then the number 16. Signal cuts off as it crackles into oblivion. I hear a name through the static. Apollo. Register the ID. Okay, so now I gotta go use a holoterminus. Well, bring news of Artemis' signal to Nada. Well, that'll be easy then. Let's do that, because then we can go straight to our base. From there, we will tell Nada what we know. Yeah, so really, here's the thing that makes dogfighting work in space games. The ability to get behind an enemy and more or less stay there, unless they do something really dramatic. And in most games, you can't do that because the combination of turn radius and speed has been put together incorrectly, I guess, for lack of a better way to say it. And that was a lesson that Star Wars, TIE Fighter, and X-Wing learned. They specifically learned it in X-Wing when they were doing the multiplayer part of it. And they were like, oh, this is how it has to work. What have you learned, traveler? I tell Nada how we failed to understand Artemis' location. I explain their strange messages. Apollo and the portal glyphs. Nada pauses. Their lights blink as they process this information. Artemis slips between worlds into the data fall. Our home lives in these spaces, but these holes are stable, small. Nada is worried, traveler. Cracks between the iterations should not widen. Will not help us. Artemis entity still does not remember Nada. He did not. This is a puzzle. A trap or a tragedy? Apollo entity is unknown to Nada. More puzzling still. If traveler entity is curious, Nada has advice. The rampant crimson of the work of Atlas, falsity. Other Korvax say deity. Nada knows better. Atlas, false entity, hunts Nada. The traveler may seek them out and draw them away. Okay. We got some Quicksilver credits. Search for Artemis and Apollo. Apollo holds the coordinates for black holes and Atlas stations. Boundaries are strange things, traveler. Most things stay where they belong. Other things, our home, Atlas, and now Artemis' friend, slip between. Curious. Ask for an Atlas station coordinates. I will do it, friend, but please be careful. We'd hate to see you leave us. What about portal coordinates? Just devices, traveler. To be understood. Copied and advanced. That is all we can do with this universe, yes? Appreciate it. Okay. Well, travelers Helios and Ares supply nanites. Change active mission list. Helios and Ares have supply nanites? They do? Helios and Ares, is that these guys? Nope, that's Gemini, there's Hesperus. Helios. Who's this? Helios, what do you got for me? Yes, alright. Give data on creatures. Thank you, little one. Take these nanites. How many's it given me? Alright, 225, that's nice. Helios and Ares. Okay, what does Ares want? Storm crystals transmit milestone data. Okay. And that was a chunk of them. 500. That's nice. I need to look at your upgrades. What do you got? Okay. They got some stuff. Minotaur, Cannon, Nautilus. Yeah, Positron, Cyclotron module. Alright. They got some stuff, but it's not. None of it's S-class, so I'm going to be a snob about that. Alright, back to base. Back to the base. Get us back down to our lovely planet. Your base is Boneyard. The wonderful, wonderful Boneyard. This planet has been a joy. Really, the only drawback to it is that you have to have the heat shield. But as I was wandering around a couple other systems, I learned that things that I had forgotten, which is even if a planet doesn't have hostile sentinels, a lot of them have storms, which are a complete pain in the butt. So in my wisdom here, I thought that I would be able to build 2 platforms and that the ship, I would be able to summon my other ship here. But you can't do that, unfortunately. I want to have both my ships here at the same time. But you can't call, all you can do is call Birdbeak down here. That was dumb. I didn't want to call it, so I'm going to go back over here and do this. Actually, that might not be a bad idea to leave it in that one. No, we'll put it back over here. It's going to cost me navigation data to do, but... So, what I was going to do is disassemble this. See, let's take this and delete it. Okay. And then what I was thinking is... Yeah, let's see. I wanted to put... I wanted to put that teleporter in a different room. Because I'm not hugely fond of where it's at. The problem with the teleporter... Here's the problem. I'll describe it and maybe someone can give me an answer. The problem is it's facing the wrong way. I want it to face into this room, but it doesn't. Now, it's fine if it faces this way. I just need something interesting in this direction. And you can't change it. If I take it and I go here and I try to move this and I say switch around, you notice it faces the same direction every time. I can turn it one way or the other. But I can't turn it completely I can't 180 it. I can toggle free placement. That still doesn't do it. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Cycle axes, left shift. It still doesn't do it. It's funny. So it's like stuck in that direction, which is really odd. Really odd. So I wanted it to face this way. It's bizarre to me. Because every time you appear, you're facing in that direction. Oh well. Yeah, so... So strange. I'll leave it that way for now, but... What it forces me to do is come out here and... do this. So I wish that it would have I wish I could have a docking bay and have my other ship landed there all the time. So this is what this old boy looks like now. I did some work on it. You can see it's got a lot more shielding. And of course, the shields themselves are in a special slot. A boosted slot. So, but I still get absolutely chewed up. What I want to do is get a cyclotron ballista in here. And those are large rocket tubes. Expands the loading chamber of the Starship rocket launcher. You need some unstable plasma for that. And that would be totally fine. Might have to use those for right now. And then what do I have? Oh, I have tritium hyperclusters here on it. I've got this cyclotron module. So I want to get the cyclotron ballista, but I haven't been able to pick it up yet. Teleport receiver. Yeah, so that's where it's at right now. I mean, it's an A-class ship. It's all right. It's just, you know, the dogfight is kind of borked, so. And we want to get in here and pick a bunch of this stuff up off the ship, so we got to do this. Birdbeak. All right, what is this? I don't want to modify the craft. I want to take this, drop it in here. I'm gonna get rid. I'm basically banking this stuff because there are those moments when you're gonna get some mission and it's gonna say, you know, you need to improve relations with the Viking or whatever, or the Gek, and I've been saving all this stuff, so. Ion batteries. Okay. Craft unstable plasma. Yeah, I'd like to. I'm gonna start putting things in here. These things. And all of this kind of stuff. Geknik and stuff like that. And I'm gonna save the other one for materials. So like this has got some Viking effigies. There's these things. These are cool. They're freighter upgrades. You can randomly find that kind of stuff. It's very, very neat. Kind of excited about all of that. And the Viking daggers yet. So let's put them over in here. Gek relics. These things. Just very cool. Very cool stuff. This is a storage augmentation. So it may be collected from a freighter crash site. It can be used to expand the starship storage capacity at the space station in the Starfleet Outfighter, which is really great. So I just kind of want to save that for an S-class fighter someday. And then I want to sell a couple of these things. Yep. I think there was anything else I wanted to sell there, but I go back to buy. I got unstable plasma. Yay. Oh, I don't need to spend 300,000 on it, but I'm going to buy those. It's in here, right? So what was I doing? The large, yep, unstable plasma chunk. That's great. That'll make those a little bit more better. Is this? Yeah, and I also put the photon cannon in a special slot, so this requires what? Tritium, wiring loom, dihydrogen jelly. Need a wiring loom? Okay. I don't have those here, unfortunately. But that's okay. Alright, goes to the machine. Return to space and search for Apollo. What else is in my exosuit? Oh yeah, dihydrogen jelly. I'm gonna put a couple more things back in here. Then we're gonna take off. So these go over here. Dihydrogen jelly right there. Anything else? Bueller? Yeah, I don't think so. We're good where we're at. And search for Apollo. Mr. Creed. Drop pod's 13 hours away. 2 days on foot. All right, what do we got here? Space anomaly. Give me that drop pod. Before we do that, I'm gonna get a little bit of elevation here. I want to see if it's the galactic map they were talking about. Alright, so what do we have? Okay. Anomaly detected. Way over there. Alright, so you have to go in that direction. This is what? This is out of jump range. There's some kind of freighter there. It's not ours. I haven't bought a freighter yet. And then this is Bedouin. Okay. Certainly we gotta get a ship set up for that kind of flight with big, huge jump engines, so I don't want to land. Yeah, I can see, even without having a big cargo carrier like I used to have, in the olden days to do trading, which is how I made all my money. I can see having 3 ships. You're going to want a fighter, preferably, I mean, A class for now and S class later. You're going to want a ship like this to just hop around on the planets with a recharger so that you don't have to spend a lot of time making jump fuel, thruster fuel. And then you're going to want a ship that you're going to use, that's probably also a fighter, that's going to have all of the jump engines and maxed out jump components so you can jump really far. You know. Like, since there's only so much room in a ship up here, you're going to want a ship with, you know, because you can get these drives, but you can get a whole bunch of extra components like this to make these drives better. And that's what you're going to want. And then on a fighter, you're going to want, you know, shields and weaponry on something that you're actually going to do business with. If you can get all of that on one ship, it'd be great. But I don't know that you can. Alright, my friends. Give me another slot. Yep. Okay, so I just want to fill in all the rest of this, I think. Be the most important thing to do. That way I have a bunch of options. Where was that? I thought I saw... There it is. I did see. Okay. We got 7 more of these, but we don't have enough time. It's going to take too much time. You see, and I told you, some of them are really close by like that. That one is not far. You can walk to that one. We're not going to. We're going to take our ship, but I've had a lot of that happen. Yep, at about 1,000 away, which is why it pays to have one of these guys who charges, and it's at 100%. So it really pays to have one of these solar sail ships for hanging out on a planet. This has been awesome. This is a great upgrade to the game as far as that. The unfortunate part is all of the pirates. Of course, if you have a really good combat ship and pirates start attacking somewhere, just summon that thing, get in it, take off, and go blast them out of the sky. But like this, here comes a fugitive starship. Is it just the one, or is it going to be 10 of them, or 6, or something like that? Maybe we'll go try some combat. I really want to get a Cyclotron Ballista though. So anytime I've been seeing one of those little guys up there, I've been going and getting it, because those have nanites in them. This is fantastic. Give it to me. Oh no. This is a site I've already been to. Isn't it? Nope. Maybe not. Unless these things reset. Yeah, I've been here because it says the outpost. Oh, wow. This is the first time I've got a duplicate. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. I've been here. Well, how unfortunate is that? Okay. What is this guy? Where is he? He's attacking what? Oh, there's 2 ships. There's a shuttle that's turning on a dime. Yeah, the turning is the biggest problem. Stuff turns on a dime and it just... That guy. Yeah. Oh, I remember this because this is where I picked up the subterranean relics. Yeah, they were just outside the ground like this. 4 of them. So the stuff resets. But that's a shame. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Oh, there were more subterranean relics there. First of all, I'm not hanging around to fight those guys. I'm taking off. Second of all, where we're going to go then, because there's a planet here that I have not done much of that on, and it's that one right there. The starter base. No, it's not the starter base. That's not the one I want to go to. It's my other base. Which I'm not sure is even in this system. I think it's in a different system. Come on, guys. I think it's in a different system. I have a hard time remembering where all my bases are and stuff. I've only got the 3. You'd think it'd be easy. Mostly because I've spent most of my time in the boneyard here lately, but the other base is in that system where it's on the platform, the raised platform. Where I was so happy that I could make a bridge, a ramp all the way down to the surface. That was so much fun. Oh yeah, so the Cyclopatron Ballista. Can I buy that here? I think it's locked, but I'm gonna check. It's Starship stuff. Yeah, I think it's locked, but... Alright, so what do we have here? Indium drive, which we're eventually gonna need. Auto charger. Yeah, so so you can actually get this and add it to a ship. It doesn't have to be a solar sail ship. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so the Cyclotron Ballista. This thing is just a menace. I want that. Thing is awesome. Hey dude, what I really want to do is stay in your store until I choose to exit. And this is the Dyson pump, which is an upgrade for it. Heat dispersion. Significantly improve heat performance. Okay, so then this is a cargo scan deflector. Oh, anti-probe countermeasures. Nice. The indium drive, of course we know we need. I want this. We're going to put this on our fighter jet then. Because if we're running around, and what is this? Flight assist override, maneuverability 11%. And what's this? Pulse drive power. I certainly would like some more maneuverability. And it takes a warp hypercore, which we have. Okay, I definitely want this. And I definitely want 11% maneuverability, so I'll take that. And one more thing there is really cheap. This is non-linear optics heat dispersion. Oh. Okay. Well, that's going to help us deck out that fighter a little bit more. Maybe that can... If it's going to auto-recharge, if you can basically put the same thing that the solar sail ship has on it, then... I was thinking that was going to be a special to just the solar sail type of bases, but yeah, Devil's Tower. Let's go there and look for stuff. Devil's Tower is the place I'd like to turn into a properly beautiful base. Lots of glass and stuff. The Taj Mahal of bases. Alright, so let's take... Yeah, you're there. Oh, yeah, and so here's what you gotta do. That tree keeps showing up because I keep forgetting to upload the base. Okay. And he's going to get all up in my business, but that's fine. So did I put the base computer in here? I did. Upload base. There we go. Got a bunch of stuff here. This is what I was interested in. Ammonia. I need that for something. Just don't know what. Can't think of it offhand, so we're going to put ship number 2. Let's face it this way. Good job. Okay, Macon. I haven't renamed it either. I don't know what kind of a name to give it yet. Yeah, so let's see. What do you need? Dihydrogen jelly, which we have, and a wiring loom, which we don't. Curious then. Curious. That's battery stuff. This is what I'm looking for. Down here. What does this take? To make magnetized ferrite. I got some of that. Magnetized ferrite, yes. I'm curious if these are all same components or different. Launch. Yeah, they look like they might be a little different. That's okay. Right, so I got the rocket launcher, large rocket tubes. This thing, efficient thrusters, but they're not completely set up yet. And then here you can put this thing, launch auto charger, antimatter, okay. Solar mirror. Antimatter we can make. That's fine. It's installed. It's just not a big deal. I got this stuff. What did I have? Wasn't there one more thing we could put in there? Right there. Optics. I've only got one wiring loom. Some tritium. Don't have a hermetic seal. Can make that pretty easy though. How many did I need? 2. We need some wiring looms. And then over here. Oh, this sucks. They're far apart. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Oh, I can't move that until later. See, there's not enough slots on this ship to do all of this shielding stuff and be able to do all of the hyperdrives. Now, I don't know if you can expand these slots. There's a way to do that or not. I know that you can purchase them. I think you can purchase them, but they're really super expensive. So I need to get the cyclotron ballistas kind of together. But these got to be just done first. How do we make antimatter? It's chromatic. Yeah. Okay. Missing components. What am I missing? Condensed carbon. I thought I had a bunch of that. Really? Okay. Well, that's interesting. Alright, what do we have over here? A trading post. There's the trading post, and then what else? Save beacon right there. What do you want to guess that that's a minor settlement? And then there's what? A save beacon off planet. That one on planet should be. Yeah, where's that one? Save beacon. It's 5 minutes away. Let's go find out where it is and what it's doing. Because I want to get the cyclotron ballista installed in here, because then you don't need the rockets, really. Get on the mark there. Planetary interference, come on. Where are you, my friend? More planetary interference, but it's right there now. Good, okay. What is it? What did we save? I mean, I hope that's what I saved. Is yep, a minor settlement, because they have wiring looms. Excellent. Okay. And I got to change the color of that save beacon then, because I want to use consistent colors for things. All right. So if I go like this, change the C and change to colors. And I want to make you like blue and white or blue and orange, purple and blue. What about just blue and white? And then you're a blue star at the top of the screen. That's perfect. That's what I want. Everything's going to refresh because we haven't been here for a while. Yeah, so this is like a C-class one. Oh, it's a B. Okay. I need to find an S-class one and lay a save beacon down for that. Okay, what do you got for me? Hydraulic wiring. Oh, dioxide. We needed that for something. We need like 200 of those. So, give me all of that. What on the ship needed that? Nothing yet. What is this? Dihydrogen jelly, wiring looms, solar mirrors. I can make solar mirrors, but they're like, oh, gold, silver, and chromatic metal. Okay. You've got some stuff for me, don't you, buddy? Purchase components. Yes, I want all of your wiring looms. Oh, and he had solar mirrors. I could have just bought those. He's got navigation data too. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. All right, this solar mirror and wiring looms. Wait a minute, back up. And then what's this? This is, yeah, do the wiring looms on that one first. Now here on Mr. Fancy Pants, we just need antimatter. So I need condensed carbon? Okay. Backpack. Backpack Sam. Let's put some carbon in here then. And make condensed carbon. How much does the ship need for that? Well, antimatter. Okay, how much does the antimatter need? Not a lot, I don't think. Does it need more? Does it need more of that? It's that and condensed carbon. Alright. Well. Hi, buddy. Oh, and there was some regular carbon over here. And over here. Well, that's fun. Oh, and this is refreshed, so we might as well grab that. Yeah, the stuff refreshes. That's cool. We might as well go look at this stuff then. Oh, but at least the dugout stayed. We dug this stuff out. Oh, are we done? Apparently we are. I'm more interested in my ship than I am those two things right now. Okay. Well, then let's take a look. We can make some more of this. Cannot build, it says, because we need to take this and put it into the starship and then go to the starship and do this. Doink. Oh, we did that. We need to just build this. That's great. Bingo. Okay. So, to install the cyclotron ballista, what's that going to cost us? Dioxide and another wiring loom. Okay. All right, hold on, man. I don't have to jump out of there to do that, but I'm gonna. We had settlement chart. Show me another minor settlement somewhere close by. Planetary settlement. That's not the same thing. Wow. So what is that? That's one of those really tall building ones, isn't it? Probably. There's an ancient ruin. Okay, well, there's plenty of stuff to do next episode. So, folks, this is where I'm going to leave it. It's not like there isn't a lot to do. As always, I hope your Sunday is going to go really well. And I hope you dig it. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, leave your questions and comments down below. As always, consider supporting my Patreon, which is listed in the description below. I'll see you next time for more of No Man's Sky Sunday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until then, happy gaming.